yan?
Nananalo ang Celtics! Woo! Hi everybody! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I hope everyone's doing great. It's a very hot Saturday afternoon. Mas paiinitin pa natin yan kasi napakarami nating sports balita. Ako po si Riza Diaz and joining me are our ka-chasers broadcasting from their own homes and their own offices. I'd like to say hi first and foremost to Waylon Galvez. Hi, Waylon.
Hi, Riza. I like your cup. I love it. Kaya buhay pa kami. Buhay na buhay pa kami. At kagaya ng Boston Celtics ko, naku, napaka-init ng shooting nila. Kasing gaya ng init ng mga sports balita na handog namin sa iyo. Kaya tutok lang kayo sa show na to. Kami bahala sa kwentuhan at chismisan sa inyo. Riza?
That's true. We have so much NBA news at sa mga NBA fans na nakatutok sa atin. Steady lang kayo kasi mamaya talagang magiging mainit. Kasing init ng playoffs ang ating discussion. Also bringing us sports stories, not only of course from the pros but also from collegiate basketball at marami pang iba. Joining us is Aba Cordero. Mr. Cordero, how are you today, Panyero?
Magandang araw po, Panyero. Of course, it's all about the NBA today, and the past few days. Pero, the excitement is in the air dahil alam nating padating na ang PBA. Yun ang inaabangan ng karamihan. Pero for now, manood lang muna kayo. 2 hours, manood lang kayo.
That's true. Abak, napakaraming ang PBA news and also in the loop at talaga namang updated sa mga PBA happenings na babalitaan din tayo mamaya is Jerry Ramos. DJ Jerry, what's going on?
Yes, let me hear some scratch. Hello, ka-chasers. Hi, Riza. And eto, Abak, sana ma-confirm mo to na mga nabalitaan kasi ako. Yes, yung famous Emerald Restaurant dyan sa Ross Boulevard. Totoo nga bang nag-close down na siya? Hindi ko
matagal lang umuugo kasi yung mga kaibigan ko nagpapabili na ng siopaw. Kaya lang, parang nag-issue rin naman ng Emerald na they are just hibernating. Hindi pa naman totally sinara na.
Yan, no. Kasi ang sarap nung siopaw nila dyan, yung jumbo siopaw, di ba, Abak? Alam ko, ikaw,
ganyan kalaki.
Yan, eh. Yes, oo. And katulad ng siopaw nila, ganun din ka-special at ka-jumbo ang mga ihahatid nating balita ngayong taon sa mundo ng palakasan. Riza?
That is true. Medyo ginutom naman ako doon, Joey, sa siopaw na masarap. Pero masarap din na magiging kwentuhan natin. Lalong-lalo na 90 days na lang, Pasko na. So bibigyan namin kayo ng maagang regalo ngayong araw na to. Zaldi Perez is also joining us. Zaldi, looking good in purple. How are you?
Hi, I'm very much fine. Pero yung sinasabi ni Jerry kanina, ang gusto ko doon sa lugar na yun, yung kwapaw. Yan. Ayaw ko lang kung hindi nyo pa natitikman yung kwapaw na sinasabi ko na yan. Pero kung gaano kasarap yung kwapaw at saka yung binabanggit na siopaw ni Jerry, sigurado manatili lamang po kayo na nakatutok dito sa The Chasedown. At sigurado yung amin pong edisyon ngayong araw na ito ay napaka-interesante at ika nga ay bukod sa pagiging interesante ay marami po kayong mapupulot, lalong-lalo na mga very interesting din yung aming mga guests sa araw na ito.
That's true. So let's welcome everybody to the show. Let's get it on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the
Chasedown.
All right, let's get it started with, of course, our blazing headlines. Alright, simulan natin sa mga pinakamainit na balita na talaga namang umugong in the world of sports. Unang-una na dyan is of course the IATF. Nagbigay na ng provisional approval para sa PBA 5-on-5 scrimmages. This is again the first step that we are going to take prior to the approval, the start of the PBA bubble in a very, 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 very soon. Okay, next.
Ako naman, Larry po na share, nag-opt out sa PBA bubble, sa papalapit na PBA bubble. Anong dahilan? It's still under wraps, pero pag-usapan natin later. Baka meron pang sumunod, baka wala. Tingnan natin.
Okay, ito naman sa akin, medyo marami malulungkot dito dahil po si Calvin Abueva hindi pinayagan ng PBA na makasama sa bubble lineup ng Phoenix.
Of course,
Hindi ko alam kung maraming matutuwa o maraming kinakabahan. Kasi ang Denver Nuggets down 1-3 na naman. Pero this time against the LA Lakers. So may miracle pa ba? May milagro pa bang magagawa ang Denver Nuggets?
Abangan, susunod na kabanata.
Ito, sunod natin. Yung ating online karate sensation, James De Los Santos. Aba, nakasungkit ng kanyang 11th gold medal at nalalapit na siya sa number 1 in the world ranking of IKATA.
Nice. In between, napakaraming sports balita. Our guests for today, we have two bigatin, favorite guest of ours, di ba? Coach Bo Perasol of the UP Fighting Maroons will be joining us. They have so many interesting balita with their lineup being all beefed up in preparation for the upcoming UAAP season. At makakasama rin natin is sa mga paborito natin. In fact, one of the first guests that we've ever had on Chasedown and has always been a good friend of ours. From the San Miguel Beermen, Coach Leo Austria will be joining us later. So I'm very happy. But for now, discuss muna natin ito mga ka-chasers natin. Also, we would like to invite everyone, our ka-chasers that are watching us via PBA Rush and also here sa Facebook, pwede kayong mag-comment ha para makasali din kayo sa kwentuhan at mamaya mabigyan namin kayo ng shoutout. But now, let's quickly discuss what has been going on or a lot of the things that are going on in the PBA. This one saddens my heart because these veterans, have long been entertaining and inspiring as PBA fans. Pero isa-isa natin silang nakikitang nagpapaalam. So, una was Kelly Williams about 2 weeks ago announcing his retirement. And we also heard something about Sonny Toss and PJ Simon confirming also they're saying goodbye and retiring from Philippine basketball. I'd like to get your opinion on this matter, guys. Kasi ako, to cut it all short, it's very sad. And it all happened during a pandemic na for me, hindi natin sila nabigyan ng masyadong recognition perhaps that they deserve. What do you think, Zaldi?
Well, sa akin, itong si Santos, malaking kawalan talaga yan sa kanyang team. Lalo na una na, napaka-veterano na yan. Maraming international competition na naging player natin yan. At yan ay kilalang bilang isang matibay na haligi natin yan pagdating sa guardia. Sa ang expertise kasi ni Santos, ang ano ko dyan, ang natatandaan ko sa kanya ay pagka may mga malalaki, matatangkad o mga import, ay palaging yan ang umaharap. Ito naman si PJ Simon, nakita natin siya kung gaano siya kagaling noong mga panahon na ay bata-bata pa siya. Pero last season, medyo nagpaparamdam na si PJ Simon na talagang magre-retire na siya. At sabi nga niya, hindi na bumabata. So, inisip na niya, bago mangyari pa man itong pandemic, ay ini-entertain na ni PJ Simon na magretiro. Kaya siguro natapat na nga pandemic, kailangan ayaw man niya kailangan ituloy na niya yung binabalak niyang pagre-retiro.
Waylan, do you think naka-apekto sa kanilang desisyon the idea that the PBA is entering a bubble?
Alam mo, Risa, it's not only the bubble. I think yung sitwasyon na nasa pandemic tayo, una-una, when PJ posted on his IG, on his social media account na yun na nga, nag-announce siya ng kanyang retirement, is yung wife niya pregnant, and then si Sunny, what we know is yung merong family concern about sa health. So, though he kept it private, ang alam lang natin ayaw niya magka-apekto, no? Kumbaga magkaroon ng parang rason, magkasakit yung family niya, members ng family niya because of the coronavirus. So I don't think yung bubble yung rason kaya nag-decide sila to retire. I think it's the situation kung nasaan tayo na merong threat ng sakit . So I think doon nanggagaling yung decision nila, and we respect that decision na ginawa nila dahil ang concern nila yung family nila. So tama ka, Riz, nakakalungkot na umabot sa ganito na hindi man lang nabigyan ng fans or ng PBA or ng teams nila ng kumbaga yung farewell season or conference yung dalawa, pero we have to respect, we have to accept na nag-decide na sila na it's time for them to go.
All right, Jerry, confirm these rumors that we are hearing online about some of the players. Well, we know TJ Simon has already said he's retiring, but didn't Sunny's name appear in some free agent list this past few days?
Yes, Riz, nandun yung pangalan ni Sunny Tos. Actually maski si PJ Simon. When I asked Alaska management about that, sabi ni team manager and Governor Vicky Bachman, under PBA rules kasi kahit na balak nang mag-retire ng mga players, kailangan pa rin ilagay yung name nila sa free agent list ng liga. So, ganun ang ginawa ng Alaska. I don't know kung ganun din ang rason ng Magnolia in the case of PJ Simon. Yun lang yung kay Sanitas ang alam ko.
Okay, so it's a matter of a protocol na upon your retirement, you're automatically somehow relegated to that free agent list because for a while, nagkaroon ako ng parang hope na, baka naman we would see him in another team because Abak, Junmar said he's not entering the bubble. So some guys would, some teams would love to get someone like Sunny Tos, a big man, a veteran big man, lalong-lalo na All-Filipino Cup.
Yes, of course. The big man is always the big catch in the PBA, and anywhere else naman. Pero ako, tong issue na to, tong retirement issue, well, you all have aired valid points. But I'm taking it on a wider scope. Na ang mga athletes kasi, nobody knows the real physical condition of an athlete, but the athlete themselves. Especially when you get to a certain age and you are a professional athlete, you somehow feel ikaw ang nakakaramdam kung bumabagal ka na ba, nahihirapan ka na ba gawin yung mga dati mong ginagawa because it will defy logic, science, and physics. If you will say na nung 40 years old ka na, you feel stronger, you feel faster than you were when you were 20. Hindi ba? Hindi nangyayari yun. Bumabagal ka, that's science. Kaya sa akin, when you feel this, the athletes, here comes the tough decision. Will you pull the plug? Are you ready to pull the plug? Si PJ, si Sunny, si Kelly, they did. But the others, mahirap na decision. It's the toughest decision for an athlete. When to quit, it's the toughest question for an athlete.
And I'm sure it's not something that they love to do, but it somehow is, of course, intangible, hindi inevitable, 'di ba? Kasi tumatanda talaga. And we are just lucky as PBA fans na inabot natin sila. And I guess for us PBA fans also, nagko-cover man o nanonood ng PBA, it's a lesson for us to really cherish itong mga manlalaro while we have them, right?
At saka talagang ganun, Risa. Talagang marami, hindi lang naman yung mga kaso nila Sanitos, tsaka nila PJ Simon ang nakakalungkot. Mas marami pa sa kanila na they come and go. Ganyan talaga ang atleta. Talagang tama yung sinabi ni Abak na hindi naman natin kayang i-defy kung ano man yung time dahil talagang tumatanda tayo at darating ang panahon na tayo ay magre-retire. Parang buhay lang, di ba? Buhay natin. Dadating din yung panahon, mawawala tayo lahat dito sa mundong ibabaw. Pero ang maganda lang, Risa, ay yung may naiwang alaala. Ika nga.
Correct. The impact that they have left the league, you know, Sonny Toss and PJ Simon. Sonny being always that gentleman. Alam mo yun, Mr. Fundamentals ang tawag ko sa kanya eh. And I had that great opportunity to be able to not only cover him, but also somehow see him off the court with the Alaska Aces, you know, back in that time. And he's such a gentleman, a great father, and a wonderful husband, and a wonderful teammate. PJ Simon naman, tinuruan tayo na, alam mo yun, 3rd round pick, diba? 6-man. Pero kita naman natin, super sub PJ Simon, being one of the greatest PBA na napapanood natin. Jerry, you were gonna say something?
Yes, ang take note lang, Riza and mga ka-chasers, si Sanitos and PJ Simon started and ended their careers sa isang team lang, di ba?
Sure.
Sanitos with Alaska and PJ Simon with Magnon. Yun lang naman.
Dapat pala meron ng loyalty award. Oo, bigyan ng loyalty award.
Players cannot naman sometimes control their movements, di ba, Waylon? But it also is very telling if a franchise has fought and, you know, did everything that they could to keep you for what, 15 years, 16 years for PJ?
Yes, tama yan. Siguro bibihira talaga yun, Riza, yung for a player to stick to one franchise. Kasi ang mechanics sa PBA ganito eh. Parang hindi katulad sa NBA na yung players pwede ka mamili saan ka pupunta. Sa PBA talagang yung teams ang may rights kung papapirmahin ka nila o iti-trade ka nila sa iba. And for PJ and for Sunny to stay sa franchise na nag-draft sa kanila, eh talagang napakaswerte nila. Tama ka, paring Saldi, dapat yan, may mga loyalty awards.
Right. Okay. Now, still on the topic ng PBA pa rin, this is very interesting too and very hot. In fact, I'm looking at social media. Let's say, you know, Spin would post about it or tayo would post a story about it. The comments would be on thousands kasi everyone has an opinion about it. Jerry, tell us more about what's going on with the whole Calvin Abueva issue.
Yes, actually may mga lumabas kasing reports about Phoenix including Calvin Abueva sa lineup nila for the coming PBA Ball Sakai. Unfortunately, from what I understand, hindi pa kasi naman nagsalita ang liga tungkol dyan. I don't think you can put someone in your lineup na technically hindi pa nililift ng liga ang suspension, di ba? Siguro sugal ang gagawin ng Phoenix kung gano'n eh, di ba? And for that, masasayang pa yung isang slot pagpunta yung sa bubble kung hindi naman din palalaruin si Calvin Abueva. Swerte siguro kung palaruin, pero kung hindi naman, di malaking perwisyo din yun para sa Phoenix Ball Club. And I was able to talk to Commissioner Willie Marshall last night. Ang sinasabi niya kasi, may mga requirements pa si Calvin na hindi pa tapos. Contrary to what Mr. Abueva said in the past na nakompleto niya na yung mga pinagagawa sa kanya ng liga. Sabi ni Commissioner Marshall, may mga hindi natatapos at actually tinawagan niya at nilinaw niya ito kay Calvin. Kaya sorry naman daw si Calvin Ubueva sa kanya.
Okay. So, yung requirements kasi na kailangan niyang matapos, mga kailangan niyang gawin is not very clear to us, 'di ba? Kasi hindi yan na it wasn't published, like we don't know kung ano tong mga to. But with Calvin saying that he's sorry na he made some certain announcement and then suddenly hindi pa pala siya tapos. I guess that's an admission to him na he's not really done yet everything that he should be doing.
Yes, tama ka ron, Luis. Siguro, nagkamali lang ang intindi si Calvin. Baka na-excite siya dahil nga alam naman natin, gustong-gusto niya na rin maglaro. And unfortunately nga, linaro yan ng PBA na may mga bagay pa siyang dapat gawin bago malit yung suspension sa kanya.
Okay, so Jerry, clarification lamang. Each PBA team would need or is only allowed rather to bring 15 players. So Phoenix is bringing only 14 as of today because I also saw, just to put it out there, RR Garcia is now part of their lineup. So is si RR ba yung ika-14th or 15th in replacement of Calvin?
Yeah, siya yung 14th player na sign. According to Phoenix management, sinign up uli nila si RR Garcia dahil nilagay na nila yan sa free agent before and wala namang kumuha, so sinign up na nila dahil nga kulang sila ng players. Si Johnson Rios kasama na rin dyan sa bubble nila, ganun din si Jason Perkins. Si Jason Perkins kasi kakapanganak lang ng asawa 3 weeks ago and si Johnson Rios initially nag-aalangan dahil may I think 2 or 3 senior citizen siyang kasama sa bahay. But na-clear na yan, so tuloy na yung dalawa, si Jason Perkins and Johnson Reyes, as well as si RR Garcia sa Phoenix for the PBA bubble.
Okay. Waylon, do you have information as to when they're supposed to secure the final lineup? At kapag sinubmit ba yun sa PBA office, hindi na yun pwedeng baguhin, hindi na pwedeng madagdagan?
I think by next week, kailangan na nilang mag-comply dun sa lineup na isasabi nila. Not just the players, lineup ng players, but also yung composition ng team. Kasi limited lang naman from what I understand, 25, if I'm not mistaken. No? So, from the coaching staff, utilities, personnel, kailangan isabit na nila yung dahil ang alam ko is magkakaroon ng may mga kailangang pirmahan na dokumento sa PBA for the health security ng mga pupunta doon. Kailangan din magpa-swab test. Nakausap natin ng isang player, si Paul Lee. Nakausap natin siya kagabi. Ang alis nila is on Monday, ang Magnolia. So, I think unti-unti nang, kumbaga, isa-isa na or by batches yata ang punta ng mga teams for them to have scrimmage then prior to the restart on October 9. Punta na sila ng bubble. So, I think unti-unti na nito ginagawa ng PBA starting with the swab siguro, I think. Yun ang importante sa lahat. And I think sa media din yun ang kailangan gawin. Kaya Jerry, ingat.
Thank you.
Jerry, are you going to be inside the bubble? Pwede mo na ba kaming bigyan ng scoop? I-confirm mo na sa amin kung papasok ka o hindi.
Hindi, doon natitira yan.
Doon natitira yan, Risa. Konfirmado na yan. Doon Paano. Hindi po pwedeng hindi siya sasama doon.
We are still waiting kasi our first guest will be joining us in a bit. As soon as he's ready, we'll put him on the show. Pero tuloy natin ang usapan muna with the PBA. The bubble in itself is going to happen in a few weeks. We were there. Media was invited in a press conference called by Commissioner Willie Marshall, and present also were the people behind, of course, Clark, Diba, sino Secretary? Jerry, can you enlighten us again? Sino yung mga present nung press conference?
Yes, si BCDA President and CEO, Mr. Vince Dizon, and Clark Operations President din yata, CEO si Mr. Manangkil, no? I just forgot his first name. Siyempre si PTA Chairman Ricky Vargas and Commissioner Will Marchand.
Yun. So nakakuha tayo ng napakaraming impormasyon tungkol nga sa bubble ng PBA na magsisimula na. Pero ngayon, mas makakakuha pa tayo ng mas maraming impormasyon. Handa na ang ating unang bisita. So, Waylon, can you please introduce our guest?
Yes, dako, ito, paborito natin to, Riza.
Yes.
Kasi three-time PBA Coach of the Year. At syempre, 9-time PBA Champion. 8 dyan as coach. Okay, isa as player. Tapos, 4-time PBA All-Star Game head coach. Paborito ng lahat, San Miguel Beermen head coach, Leo Austria.
Yun!
Ayun, no?
Hi, Coach! Hi, good afternoon, Flor, Jerry, Abak, Risa, and Waylon. Kumusta kayo? Nakakamiss kayo, ah.
Yan. Hindi nga. Bago pa mag-pandemic ka namin huli na guest, di ba? Coach, kung natatandaan mo, nasa studio pa tayo.
Oo, I think ako, isa doon sa pinakaunang naging guest nyo, eh. Diba?
Tama ka! Ikaw natatandaan mo pala yun.
Oo.
Coach, kamusta lang ang kamustahin ka namin personally? Family, matagal-tagal na rin na hindi nakakalabas. Kamusta po?
Personally, we're okay. Okay, dahil everyday kami, pamilya namin, intact kami. And for the longest time, 6 months, lagi kami magkakasama. Mabuti na lang, hindi kami nagkakasawaan. And everyday, so we want to make it sure, nagkakaroon kami ng mga exercises dahil first week ng lockdown, before pandemic, bumili na kami ng mga gamit dahil alam namin na pwede magtagal ito. And then, actually, lahat kami nag-lose ng weight. Nag-lose ako at least 13 pounds. And, yeah. Okay, mabuti na lang dito sa village namin. So, allowed kaming mag-walking, mag-jogging, and then hindi masyadong stricto dahil I think meron lang isang beses nagkaroon dito ng COVID. Isa lang ang nagkaroon dito, ang alam ko. Hulaan nyo kung sino. Siguro. Hindi. Yung mayor ng Quezon City, siya lang yung nagkaroon ng COVID.
Mayor Belmonte.
Neighbor namin.
Yung coach,
Kaya okay kami dito pag-alagala sa village, pero mahigpit din ang security. Pero yung pwede mong gawin, lalo na pag-exercise, so inaalaw yun.
Coach, kamustahin ko naman yung isa mo pang family. Of course, yung San Miguel Beer. Kamusta yung ensayo nyo? Ito, October 9, balik na tayo sa PBA. Kailan kayo pupunta ng bubble? And bukod kay Junmar, Coach, sino pa yung may mga hindi ba makakasamang ibang players?
Yes, unang-una, masaya ako nung ina-announce ng PBA na pwede nang bumalik sa practice. Although, limited lang ito dahil individual workout. Nag-start ito nung August 25. And before the start, 1 week before, nagkita-kita kami mga player. Ako, excited sa kanila makita. And then during practice, talagang akala mo, pinakawala mo itong mga manok na pinagutan ng ulan. Gusto lahat mag-practice. Gusto agad mag 5-on-5. Of course, hindi naman pwede yun dahil individual practice lang ito. More of shooting at saka individual skills. And then, I'm happy to see yung mga players dahil hindi sila nag-gain so much ng weight. Yung iba nga, nag-lose pa And then, ibig sabihin, they're trying to maintain yung kanilang competitiveness physically. Dahil alam naman natin nung nag-lockdown hindi natin alam na hahaba ito And then we're expecting na after a week or 2 or 3, biglang babalik ito. Kaya nami-maintain ng mga players. Actually, hindi lang naman yung San Miguel Palagay ko, lahat ng PBA teams naghahanda. But of course, physically, pwede silang kondisyon. Kaya lang, game shape, wala sila. And mentally, we don't know yet dahil siyempre, lahat naman tayo iniisip kung anong talaga nangyari sa atin. And I hope na everybody's doing well regarding this pandemic. But I'm so happy to hear those team talagang pagpasok nitong individual workout, may mga swab and then another swab. So, wala ako narinig na talagang nagkaroon ng ng COVID. Siguro kung meron isa o 1% o 0.5% sa team pero I think everybody's well and talagang sinusunod nila. Actually, makikita nyo ako yung buho ko ngayon bagong gupit ito last Sunday. Yung mga nakaraang ko, hindi talaga ako nagpapagupit in the last 6 months. Dahil kung makikita nyo doon sa mga Zoom meeting, talaga hindi nyo makikilala, napakahaba ng buhok ko. Buti na lang, bumalik na tayo sa GCQ. So, nakapunta na ako ng parlor. Nakapagpagupit na ako in preparation para dito sa bubble. And then regarding Junmar, I'm happy to announce na he's doing well. Dahil yung first few months, nag-start siya ng kanyang mga rehabilitation at home. But now, pwede na siya sa swimming pool, nagsuswimming na siya. And then next week, pwede na siya mag-shooting without jumping, basta forward, backward, lateral, that's it. I think for 2 months yun. And then we will see what's the development on sa kanyang rehabilitation. But I'm sure and si Junmar is in high spirit dahil inspired siya sa kanyang ginagawa. Magandang balita ito sa mga fans. But definitely, this coming bubble, hindi siya kasama dahil we want to focus, we want him to focus on his rehabilitation dahil he's doing well.
Jerry,
Yes. Coach, in the absence of Junmar, sino pang pwedeng pumalit doon sa iiwanan niyang sapatos? Napakalaking sapatos niyan, Coach.
Actually, talagang walang pwedeng pumalit doon sa kanyang iiwang pwesto. But maraming players naman pwede mag-step up. Pwede namang hindi kasi laki ni Junmar, pwede rin mga point guard kung ano yung output ni Junmar sa offense. I think mapupunan niya ng marami naming scorer. Especially andyan si Terence Romeo, si Alex Cabagnot, Lassiter, at iba pa. And then sa big man, makikita nyo naman si Mo Tautua nung first game talaga nag-step up big talaga big time and dahil itong dalawa ni Romeo they played really well and that's why the team is getting their confidence back without Junmar. But of course our team is different if we have Junmar. But now he's gone for this season or conference. I think with our last game, so nagkaroon sila ng confidence and then plus sinasabi ko yung commitment ng player to step up to play their best. I think nakita natin and I hope this coming restart bumalik agad yon. But it's hard to get back to the playing shape dahil alam naman natin 6 months nawala ito and then it will take time their body to adapt to the new normal and then let's see what will happen once we get back to the bubble dahil doon pa lang kami mag-uumpisa actually lahat mag-uumpisa ng 5-on-5 and I'm sure everybody was too excited especially the players ayun kaya I hope na itong bagong liga natin away from Metro Manila ay maging successful and I'm praying really hard na talagang matapos ito dahil alam naman natin ay mga Pilipino, especially mga fans ng basketball ay waiting for this PBA to return to action.
Aba, you have a question for Coach Leo?
Yes, Coach. During the pandemic ba, Coach, meron ba isa or dalawa, may mga players ba lumapit sa'yo, tumawag, nag-text o nag-Viber na, Coach, safe kaya talaga itong gagawin natin? Return to practice, go to the bubble? Meron bang
Well,
ganon?
Bago magkaroon ng decision dito sa bubble, I think twice nagkaroon sila ng ng meeting with commissioner dito sa PBA regarding that matter. Pero so far, wala naman tumatawag sa akin regarding sa mahirap ito o ano. But mga players, especially mga naglaro ng college basketball dito sa Pilipinas, alam nila kung gaano kahirap ito. Pero mas mahirap yung dinanas nila before sa college basketball. Ngayon, and then dito, they are willing dahil a few weeks ago, pinag-uusapan namin ito, and then sabi nila, they are ready. But of course, lahat naman ay may risk But I told them na, imagine this, it's really dangerous dito sa Metro Manila. What more, siguro mas safe kung nasa bubble tayo. Dahil i-isolate tayo, that means na yung risk natin ay lower. Kaya sabi ko, baguhin yung mindset nyo dahil this is our job and being a professional, so we have to do our job.
Zaldi?
And one more question.
Okay. Meron pang chance mo. Sige, Abak. Go ahead. Go ahead, Abak.
Sorry. Coach, tatanong ko lang, ano ba status kay Chris Ross? Thank you.
Chris Ross, a few days ago, he's already here. Before taking the flight, nag-negative na sa swab niya. And then pagdating dito, that's the protocol. Pagdating dito, nag-swab naman siya, negative siya. And on Tuesday, he will be joining us going to the bubble. I think he's okay because he spent a few weeks in state because of family matters. Dahil alam mo natin yung parents niya, something may dinaramdam. And of course, marami siyang gusto matulungan, kaya umalis doon. And then, he asked permission from the management and he was allowed to go. And then, I'm happy he's already here, and then just in time for the bubble.
Okay.
Thank you.
Coach Leo, ako naman na magtatanong sa'yo.
Of course.
Hindi, knowing pretty well, of course, na John Mapahado will not be able to play dito sa bubble. Of course, gumawa ka na talaga ng mga adjustment. At ang isang problema, hindi mo kagad ma-execute yung mga adjustment play mo na without John Marpahardo, of course. Dahil you were given, I think, each team makapag-scrimmage yung sa 5-on-5 ng wala pa yatang 2 linggo. Do you think yung allotted time sa inyo bago kayo pumasok doon sa bubble o magsimula yung liga, magagawa mong ma-adjust o ma-near perfect nyo yung mga i-execute nyo yung play pagka nagsimula na ang bubble na without John Marpahardo?
Actually, hindi lang naman sa amin, actually, lahat ng coach ay concerned about this, yung limited time in preparation before the official game. Actually, less than 2 weeks to have a 5-on-5. Although we have 1 month in the individual, practice, workout, and then skills, And then regarding to our team, so naglaro naman kami without Junmar So more or less, alam nila yung mga role nila. But sabi nga natin, there's no enough time before our first game, only a few days. So it will depend on the focus, on mindset ng mga players, And then we will take advantage of less than 2 weeks of practice before the game. But unfortunately, we only have 1 hour and 30 minutes per practice. Dahil alam naman natin kung ano sitwasyon meron tayo ngayon. Okay, dahil there's no enough logistic para doon. But everybody's willing to play. But let's see what will happen dito. But I'm banking on the experience of the team dahil we've been together for so long. More or less, they know how to prepare regarding this the games. And I hope na sana maka-adjust agad yung mga players dahil ito lagi sinasabi na, Coach, we don't have enough time. But sabi ko, ang maganda dito, sabay-sabay naman tayo. Yung kalaban nyo, ganun din pare-parehas tayo Sabi ko nga sa mga ibang interview, ito nangyari naging equalizer para sa lahat. Sabay-sabay pumunta ng individual practice and then sabay-sabay pupunta ng bubble, sabay-sabay din magpa-practice and then pagdating ng game, it depends na do sa ability ng players o ng team. How organized you are, siguro, yun ang magiging advantage.
One more.
Yes, sir.
One more. Alam mo na ba kung sinong kuwaring team ang makakalaban nyo?
As of now, wala
First game.
wala pang
schedule.
schedule na binibigay. Ang binigay lang sa amin ay schedule ng practice na until now, hindi pa rin namin alam kung ano yung day 1 o kung day 2. I think day 1 is October 1. We're assuming na day 1 is October. Yan, but pagdating natin doon sa bubble, siyempre may quarantine pa kami, self-quarantine. After swab, they're giving us 2 days just to stay at our room for the safety of everyone. They just want to make it sure na everybody's really talagang negative before joining or fighting having a scrimmage with your teammates.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Okay, you're welcome.
Alam natin, napakalaki ng hamon sa San Miguel Beer, especially on an all-Filipino Cup. You yourself, anong preparation mo for the bubble? Let's say, ngayon ba, as early as now, naka-empake ka na? Do you bring your books? Do you bring materials para hindi ka mabore? It's too long. It's 2 months.
Actually, since Thursday after the swab, I keep on thinking what to do, what to bring dito sa bubble, and then actually ngayon nag-i-start na ako maganda. I have 2 days, 2 to 3 days to prepare dahil bala ko dalhin ko yung buong bahay namin. Lahat ng gamit dahil medyo nakakapanibago dahil usually pagka out of town game meron ka lang isang dalang bag, good for 5 days yung dala mo. But this time, kailangan dali mo yung pong 1 month mo Dahil we don't know yet kung ano meron doon. Dahil, siyempre, pagdating doon you're on your own when it comes to your personal belongings. Dahil dito, pagdating mo, andyan yung wife mo na sumusuporta sa'yo na they took care of everything para sa'yo. But pagdating doon, you're on your own. And mabuti na lang, sanay din tayo sa ganyan, But what is important is to bring all the necessary things that could help you in your coaching. And then yun ang iniisip namin. But I think kung meron man maiiwan, hindi naman tayo FW na mag-abroad dito rin lang tayo And then I think the PBA will allow magkaroon ng drop-off dito sa bubble para pag kami nakalimutan kang gamit, pwede mong kunin. As long as na ipadadala mo talagang free of COVID, with health protocols and mga sanitation gagawin yan, I think makukuha mo yung gusto mong makuha at madala.
Coach, kanina po, hindi ko alam kung napaaga kayo ng panonood sa amin. We were actually saying, there's Sunny Toss in the free agency list. Napansin niyo po ba yun?
Yeah, okay. Actually, meron namang mga documents na ibinibigay bawat team na list of free agent player o yung release lang ganyan, but based on our conversation communication with Jeff Coriaso last week with Seb Sarmienta and Charlie Cuna, so we talk about Sanitos, and then Coach Jeff Coriaso is still waiting for Sanitos to commit o to decide kung talagang maglalaro pa rin siya. But what I've heard, he opted to stay out of the bubble, maybe because of his family. Hindi ko alam kung anong personal consideration pa ang kanyang pag-decide dito. Actually, we talk about him and the team dahil alam naman natin ang capability ni Sanitos. But I think he will not play in the bubble. If ever, sana makausap ko siya kung gusto niya maglaro. Ayan. Nawala kayo?
Nawala yata si Riza.
Nawala. Rila, may tanong pa yata.
Question, Coach. Coach, meron akong ipapadala sa'yo. Magdala ka ng mga ilang case ng beer. Sigurado, bebenta yan kasi nandyan si Jerry Ramos.
Yeah, I think nakaban pa yata. Pwede naman kumuha bago malis bebentahan ko kayo.
Coach, question lang. Alam naman ng marami na hindi na in the last 5 championships sa Philippine Cup, yung core ng team mo, nandiyan si Junmar, Arwin, of course si Marcio Lasiter, Al-Shabag natin na si Arwin. Oh, Coach, tanong lang, gaano kaiba or gaano kahirap itong Philippine Cup na to, nawala yung Junmar Fajardo, no? And considering na nasa ibang sitwasyon tayo, papasok kayo sa bubble, hindi yung normal na PBA campaign ito eh.
Well, para sa akin, this is a tough challenge for our team. Dahil if you can monitor the movements of the other team and yung kanilang mga body language, I think they are very excited with this conference dahil for the fact na alam nila Junmar is not around in this conference because in the last 5 season, alam naman natin Junmar can dominate. He's really dominating the last 5 conferences, especially in the Philippine Cup. But now we don't have him. It's really difficult for us. But it's given So we have to play without Junmar. We have to change our mindset. And sabi ko nga after ng first game namin, it changed a lot dahil we're able to win against Magnolia convincingly. And then I hope na may balik namin yung confidence na inilaro na meron kami nung naglaro kami ng first game, and because it give us some moral booster dahil everybody was able to step up, and they know because they know na talagang there's no more Junmar to go to. But of course, sinasabi ko lagi, it's different dahil every game naman namin, especially the All Filipino, when it comes to last 2 minutes or the end game, and our go-to guy is Junmar Fajardo, and then he's really accustomed to that kind of situation, and every players dito alam nila kung saan pupunta. But I'm confident with these players dahil they know how to take charge naman. Everybody's willing to sacrifice, and everybody's willing to take charge. So alam mo naman sabi ng mga players iba may pinagsamahan manalo o matalo, walang sisihan, iba may pinagsamahan. Ang kailangan lang mag-sacrifice ang bawat isa.
Parang si Bert Tawa Marcelo yun, Coach
Ako, San Miguel.
Hindi muna tayo.
Jerry, question.
Isang platito mo.
Ha?
Ito, Coach, mukhang ready naman kayo na i-defend na yung Philippine Cup title nyo. Pero ito, napapagkwentuhan lang naman. Agree ka ba na dapat may asterisk kung kayo man ang manalo or kung ibang team ang manalo nitong Philippine Cup Championship?
Wala, meron man o wala. Kung meron ito, ibig sabihin hindi pa rin ito yung time na i-depend namin yung crown. So, kung may asterisk. But I'm telling you, this is a unique championship. Very special ito. Dahil ito, hindi makakalimutan ito. Lalo na sa mga mamamahayag, dahil lagi itong babalik-balikan. Dahil history ito that's why this championship is very special. But of course, we will consider this as also a regular all-Filipino conference, and alam naman natin this is a very prestigious conference. And then I'm banking on the ego of the players and then their pride, dahil alam natin ito mga ito since na we won the championship, they know how to win, how to lose. So yung pride nila andun every game ayaw nila matatalo and then maybe because of the experience, because they know what's the glory of winning a championship.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Tama,
Coach, ano ko na lang din, I will just tease it. Kasi pag tinanong mo ang karamihan ng mga PBA coaches, players, San Miguel is always the team to beat, lalong-lalo na kapag All-Filipino Cup. Balik na rin natin ngayon. Ikaw naman, Coach, assessment mo, nakikita niyo pong lineup na dala-dala ng ibang mga coaches. Who is the team to beat in the PBA?
Actually, before the tournament started last March, every team I'm considering them na lahat contender especially nung na-injure si Junmar. So, nagkaroon ng maraming movement sa mga team dahil alam nila this is their opportunity to win a championship in the All-Philippine Cup, All-Filipino. And yung ibang team dyan ay talagang nagpe-prepare. Actually, during the ECQ o quarantine, there are teams na gustong mag-bubble on their own just to prepare for this All-Filipino Cup. And itong nakaraang mga drafting at movement sa mga players, halos wala kami nakuhang players eh. Ibang team, nag-build up sila. So, alam naman natin kung ano iniisip nila dahil they want to be a contender eh. But for me, I think 5 teams is really buying for this to be a contender eh. Andyan yung Token Tex and Hinebra, given na yan eh. Always a contender yan eh. And then, NLEX, alam naman natin eh, talagang very aggressive sila when it comes to training. And there's some changes do sa ibang team eh. Talagang for them is how to improve because iniisip nila this conference dahil in the last 5 season eh, talagang para sa amin lang yata ito. And now, this is their chance. So, marami eh. And then, halos lahat sila eh. Dahil ibang-iba yung nangyari nitong especially in the past 6 months, makikita mo eh, before the resumption of the training, yung mga teams ay talagang very aggressive. Sabi ko nga kanina, gusto nilang mag-bubble on their own and then they're in constant communication through Zoom conference and Zoom training. Ginagawa nila lahat yan eh. And I understand. And then I keep on telling the players, because I keep on monitoring the team and their goal is to dislodge San Miguel for having the crown dito sa All-Filipino.
Alright, may mga pahabol pa ba tayong questions for Coach Leo? I think we're good.
Sorry.
Coach Leo, Jerry, go ahead.
Coach, yung mga coaching staff mo, may maiiwan ba or lahat kasama? And siyempre, yung pagkawala ni Coach Jimmy Alapag sa team.
Yeah, alam mo, kanina naririnig ko kayo, pinag-uusapan nyo itong line-up. Alam naman natin na 25 personnel lang ang pwede sumama dito sa bubble. So, may maiiwan sa aming mga coaches, katulad si Biboy Rabanes, Boise Samar, at saka si Daing Mendoza. Okay, dahil I think yung coaching staff namin pwede ng isang line-up eh. So, hindi pwedeng isama lahat. Dahil we have 15 players plus the staff. So, kung 4 yan, 19. So, 6 na lang ang pwedeng isama sa PT and then sa mga utility. So, kulang na kulang eh. But we understand the situation dahil we don't want to have so many people dito sa bawat team dahil siyempre, depende dito sa accommodation eh. And then just to limit the number of person dahil sa safety ng everyone eh.
Ito ba,
Coach, on that note, let's say sina Coach Dayong, pwede silang work from home? Would you consider that?
Yeah, I was able to talk some of the coaches na may iwan and then actually sila nagbukas so whatever happened every game nakatutok sila dito sa TV and then whatever comments and then inputs na ibibigay nila ay padadala nila sa amin.
Oh, okay. Akala ko kasi coach yung mga naiwan yun yung mga tinatawag na non-essential. Biro lang.
I know.
Actually, actually before, gusto ko lahat sila kasama. But siyempre, meron certain numbers of person lang sa bawat team eh. So, pinagkasya lang namin yun. I wish na sana kasama sila dahil in the past 5 years, alam naman natin intact yung namin yung team namin when it comes to coaching staff. So, mas masaya yun eh.
And very significant yung mga contributions itong mga coaches na to when it comes to, of course, to the success of the Beermen. So, whatever works. Kung work from home coach, edi so be it. Basta meron silang magiging pa rin, input at makakatulong sa team. Coach, mensahe niyo po sa mga SMB fans, sa mga PBA fans before we let you go?
Unang-una dito sa PBA fans, we're happy to be back dito sa liga natin. Alam ko na very excited sila, especially yung fans ng San Miguel dahil they keep on communicating to the team, every players, and then lagi sila nagpapahayag ng support, And then sana wag sila magsawa sumuporta sa PBA, hindi lang sa San Miguel. And then the team, every player talagang very excited dito sa upcoming resumption itong tournament natin. And sana panuorin nyo dahil kung di ako nagkakamali, may virtual fans yata tayo. And then pumila na kayo dyan. And then ginagawa ito ng PBA, lalo na kina Commissioner, Board of Governors, they work really hard para may balik itong Liga ng Bayan. And then I think masaya itong darating na na resumption ng natin tournament.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Leo Austria of the San Miguel Beermen. Good luck po sa inyo. Ingat po kayo sa loob ng PBA bubble. Sana pag nandun ka, Coach, makapanayam ka pa namin kapag may oras po kayo.
Okay naman. Thank you for having me.
Always naman, Coach. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ayusin mo Coach. Coach, sa hindi ka rin makakawala sa amin dahil nandun si Jerry sa loob ng bubble. Makakasama mo yan.
Ganun ba? Sino ba papasok ng bubble? Si Jerry ba?
Si Jerry. Si Jerry lang ang bibili sa'yo ng beer.
Jerry, hindi ka pwede lumabas, babantayan kita. May fine ka rin yata pagka lumabas.
Ayan.
Ban ka for
Thank you, Coach.
For one conference.
Thank you, Coach Leo. Maraming salamat.
Ingat kayo. Okay.
Regards sa kanyang may bahay, sa kanyang mga anak. Thank you po. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Coach Leo Austria of the San Miguel Beermen. That was very interesting. Pero marami pa tayong makakakwentuhan. In fact, when we come back, mainit din na discussion ang ating pakakaabangan because we have in line one of the coaches in the upcoming UAAP season na talaga namang pinag-uusapan ng kanyang kupunan. Coach Bo Perasol of the UP Fighting Maroons will be joining us all along with more stories. Kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The
Chasedown. Okay, wala na naman yata si Risa.
O sige, habang wala si Risa, take charge, Waylon.
Ito, of course, syempre, welcome back sa The Chasedown. Ito na. Parang hindi ko lang alam kung ready na yung next guest natin eh. Pero bago natin pag-usapan yun, ready na pala. Baka pwede mong i-introduce yung next guest natin.
Ginulat mo ako dyan
Sige, kunin mo yung copy ko mo.
Okay. Mahilig mo ako ginugulat sa mga ganyan eh. Ito,
Naghihiganti sa'yo, Abak. Naghihiganti.
Walang-wala naman, Former PBA head coach, 3 teams. Air 21, Coca-Cola, 2 lang pala. And, nag-coach din to sa Ateneo. Naging coach din ng Ateneo. And now, the head coach of the Fighting Maroons, the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons in the UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-chasers, Coach Bo Perasol.
Ayun!
Nako,
Lalaki.
ang tagal ko nang gustong maimbita rito. Ngayon lang ako naimbita.
Ikaw naman, Coach.
Hindi kami naniniwala, Coach.
Coach Bo, bumata tayo dyan Parang bumata tayo.
Mas bumabata ka, Mang Zaldi. Yan, puting-puti ka na,
Pero tinawag mong Mang Saldi.
Ay, bata pa lang ako, Zaldi Perez na yan eh. Talagang, ayan eh. Ito, alam mo, kasi tuwan-tuwa ako, napapanood ko kayo lagi doon, pag nanonood ako ng PBA eh. So, yung show nyo na to ang napapanood ko palagi.
Salamat,
Kasama
Coach.
yung wife ko pag napapanood ko.
Coach
Ganyan daw
Bo,
talaga mga coach.
Riza!
it's so nice to see you. The background is saying ba you're a Lakers fan? It's purple.
well, hindi, opisina ng misis ko. Preschool niya ito eh.
Wow!
So, sa school, mga bata. Kita mo yung mga pictures ng mga bata sa likod.
Okay.
So,
Coach, bago tayo lumalim sa usapan, again, ang mainit kasi is, of course, the UP Fighting Maroons. But very quick, just to warm you up, you've been in full circle. You've coached the PBA, you've coached also college basketball. What is the big difference? We know, di ba, sabi kasi nila, pag PBA, professionals yung mga yan, but it's also a different challenge. How hard is it also? What is the difference and what's the challenge also kapag mga bata naman, amateur, college?
And I might add to that, Riza, that I was also a high school coach, before I became an amateur coach before the PBA. Pero napakalaki ng diferensya. Nung una, alam mo, hindi mo kaagad ma-define eh. Kasi iniisip mo before when I came from the pros and then pupunta ka ng college, parang iniisip mo, hindi, mas mahirap sa pros eh. Kasi kailangan you have to manage these guys, yung managing egos and all of that, no? Pero as you go along with college basketball, nagkakaroon ka ng realization that you have more responsibilities with the college kids, no? Napakalaki ng responsibilidad mo bilang coach ng mga mas bata, no? Because you're being seen as a molder of character eh. Parang tinitingnan kanila na, coach, ano bang susunod namin gagawin? Where else sa PBA made na yun eh. Yun na yun sila eh. Dito, they're always waiting for you. What am I going to do, coach? Okay, what am I going to learn next? So you better make sure that you are prepared to coach a college team or a high school team, because you're not only coaching them basketball, but they're looking at you with life as a whole.
Parang coach, correct me if I'm wrong, no? Pero parang hindi ka lang coach pag sa college. Parang somehow, tatay ka na, kuya ka, chaperone ka minsan, di ba? All in one.
Tama yan, yes. ano ka pa, ano bang tawag nito? Magbabayad ka pa dahil papakainin mo eh. Marami sa kanila, papakainin mo, marami sa kanila. Pag off-season, walang ginagawa sa dorm, iimbitahin mo sa bahay, kailangan aliwin mo kasi syempre responsable ka for them eh.
Right. Okay, let's get down to details. Abak, your questions for Coach Bo.
Well, ako, Coach, ang napapansin ko lang, itang UP, medyo parang lately, meron kayong massive rebuilding and recruitment program na pinapasatupad, ano? Ano ba ang plano ninyo? Ano ba ang long-term plan ninyo? Aabot ba ng 2 years, 3 years, 4 years?
No, yun talaga Abak ang talagang mindset natin nung sinimulan natin itong programa, no. Nung umpisa, hindi mo pwede siyang mai sa katuparan kasi alam mo kakaiba itong UP eh. Ang iniisip mo palagi, will I stay on? Tatagal ba ako rito? Matatanggal ba ako rito because of non-performance and all of that. But we were fortunate enough to have performed decently in the past few years na parang nagkaroon tayo ng nagkaroon ng leeway ba, nagkaroon ka ng decision making na pwede ba natin maiplano itong ating programa in the next 5 years na, no? Kasi before you're just ang iniisip mo yung next game lang sana manalo naman tayo, no? Wala kang ibang iniisip kung hindi palitan yung perception na talunan ka eh, you know? So ngayon nagkakaroon na ng linaw kahit papaano yung programa. So what we are trying to do now is just to solidify the pipeline, no? Marami sa kanilang nag-graduate na, so out of the 16 we only had 7 left, and then that's why kung titingnan mo nagkakaroon ng massive build up, but talagang lang yan, replacement lang siya. And then out of the 7, probably half of those are going to graduate after this year. So another set na naman ang ilalagay mo, no? Because in the end, what we really wanted to happen is just we have to kung talagang parang nandun ka lang palagi, no, na hindi na tayo babalik doon sa hindi tayo nananalo. There was a season na maraming seasons pala na wala talagang wins, na parang striking distance ka lang palagi sa Final Four. And then eventually, sana maging champion din.
Okay. Jerry.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Coach, good afternoon.
Jer.
Yes.
Yes.
Coach, si Benchi, nag-abot kayo sa UP niyan, di ba?
Oo. Nag-abot kami ng isang taon bago siya pumunta ng PBA.
Yes. How do you feel now na yung anak niya under sa'yo? Sa'yo niya ipinamahala yung karir ni Kobe Paras?
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, Jer, maraming pagkakataon na yung mga kaibigan nating mga magulang, muna kagad yung lagi kong kinukwento to, no? Kasi napaiisip talaga ako, sino ba yung number 4 ko na pick at yung number 4 na pick kung just in case magiging available si Chris Lutz at saka si Marshall Lassiter. So sabi ko doon, parehong magaling eh. You know? Tapos ang lagi na sinasabi, Coach, Marshall, I already told Marshall about this. Sabi niya, Coach, okay din kay Marshall na mas mga attitude niyan. You know, parang nagagalit siya, nag-ano yan.
Sinuhaan mo?
Hindi si Waylon. Maraming nagsasabi. And then, kay Chris naman, maganda yung attitude, shooter, di ba? Leader sa court, magaling sa ano. Pero si Waylon, sinabi niya sa akin, nung tinanong ko, sabi niya, Coach, wag mong pakakawalan yan si Marcio. You know, kahit na ano pa yan, sabi niya, wag mong pakakawalan yan. No, true enough, nung nandun sa draft, talagang hindi kami nag-hesitate to pick up. It also helped na San Miguel picked up Chris, no? But wala na akong pagdadalawang isip nung naging available si Marcio, and the rest was history. He was very crucial in our run for the championship for the Power 18. Thank you, Waylo.
Oh, yan yung
Pala, scout.
Powerade Tigers yan, di ba, Coach? Yung ba yung, tama?
Powerade, yes, yes. Oh, so si Marcio, kung guwate, si JV Castro, si Sean Anthony, Gary David. Gary David, yeah.
Coach, baka
Merong
may,
ano yan eh.
mga may gusto ko pang hinging advice.
Si Wayne, hindi mo alam
Ayun
kung
na, ayun na.
Hindi mo alam kung si Wayne ng agent ni Marcio.
Yun na nga eh. Agent pala to eh. Ang tanong mo.
Yes, Coach. Coach, ano lang, dahil nabanggit mo yung tungkol kay Marcio na yan, medyo iintrigahin pa kita uli. Coach, yung ano mo lang po, yung take mo lang, of course, mga ilang weeks na rin ang nakalipas, no? Pero as a coach sa UAAP, as a coach ng UP, isa sa top teams ng of course, ng Liga, take mo lang po doon sa nangyari na controversy with regards sa UST. In general, Coach.
Well, yeah, in general, I think Coach Aldrin was humble enough, no, eventually to admit that it was his fault in the end, no. I had some reservations in the beginning. Sabi ko medyo tumatagal talagang how they were able to manage that, no. In fact, sabi ko na number one kasi, although alam mong kalaban mo na malakas itong UST, but as one of the people who had been wanting for UAAP or Philippine basketball as a whole to really improve, alam mo na dapat nandun talaga si Coach Alvin or yung UST, no. It makes you sad to see a beautiful program as UST's to crumble like that, no? Parang naiisip mo na paano nangyari 'yun? Parang all of a sudden from that point na talagang from a championship caliber team, and then all of a sudden talagang parang sa term natin parang nakahoy tuloy yung team, no? And it's so hard. It's really so hard. Take it from me, it's really so hard to build a program, and a winning program at that. No, so napakahirap talaga niyan. I don't know how UST. I'm sure UST is going to pick up from where they fell. Pero it will take time again. No, it will take time again. I'm just hoping that everything is going to be fine sooner or later.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Saldi?
Okay, thank you, Riza. Hi, Coach. Bo.
Hello.
How are you?
Kamusta po kayo, Mang Saldi?
Oh. Ano yung mo rin? Mami ko. Ano mo naman yung
Sige. Baka sabihin na disrespectful ako eh.
Tama yan, Coach. Turuan mo po talaga yung mga viewers natin. Gumalang po sa nakatatanda.
Okay, sige.
Okay.
Tanong ko. With the materials you have right now, Coach Bo, do you think mabibigyan mo ang UP ng another title after more than 30 years?
Well, that's without batting an eyelash, that is really the plan. No, wala namang pagdadalawang isip diyan eh. No, I'm quite sure they're saying na Coach, well, lagi naman sinasabi, you have to temper the expectation. Sabi ko, paano mo pa ite-temper yan? Nandiyan yan, wala namang ibang mag-expect sa atin na pumasok pa tayo ng Final Four or to just fight. Okay, in the end, the perception is really for us to finally end that drought. No, yun naman talaga. We really all have to face that. We have to embrace that. And in the end, we have to battle the expectations. So now, is it going to be difficult? Yes, it is going to be difficult. But as I always said, no? Ang importante lang is you are always in a position, striking distance ka. No, magkamali ka ng isa, next year nandiyan ka pa rin. Hindi yung katulad na nagkamali ka ng isa, back to zero pa, winning 3 or 4 would be difficult already, no? Hindi, ang importante sa programa, whether it will be coming from me as a head coach or not, ang ambition ko lang is yung programa namin would just be the same or be at par with yung mga programs na katulad ng Ateneo or even FEU or even Lasal, no, na nandyan lang sila palagi, hindi halos wala doon sa bottom, nandun, striking distance, palaging yan ang nasa isip ko. Kumbaga ba sa golf, dapat regulation ka, no, may chance ka to go for a par or a birdie. Hindi yung third shot mo nasa par 4, ang layo mo pa rin. No, yun yung nasa isip ko.
So coach, ito marami din nagtatanong nito. Talagang nasa shooting recruitment expedition mode itong UP. Ito ba ang pagka-recruit nyo kay CJ Casino ay talagang part of the plan o parang nasagasaan lang talaga ninyo at nagkataon lang?
Oo, talagang nasagasaan lang yan, no? Who would have ever thought na aalis si CJ? In fact, sinasabi ko naman yan, even before he joined the UST, I was already recruiting him, no? But when he decided to join UST, hindi naman masama ang loob mo dahil alma mater niya yun eh. Diyan siya nag MVP, diyan siya nagkaroon ng pangalan, napakaganda ng pinakita niya na first 2 years, no, even with his injuries, no. Walang plano, walang whatsoever, but when news came out that hindi lang yung alanganin, because the news that came to me was wala na siyang team, pinaalis siya, no, and it wasn't just us, no, who talked to him, no, it just so nagkataon lang talaga that we were able to convince him to join us.
One last question, Riza. Dahil mataas ang expectations ngayon dito sa UP dahil doon sa mga na-recruit nyong mga players, marami yung umaasa talaga na makukuha niya yung championship. Kasama na dyan yung aming director na si Mel. Hindi ka ba napipressure? Hindi ka napipressure?
Pareho lang ka Kuya Zaldi. You know,
binago mo na.
Kung alanganin yung lineup ko and you're handling UP and you were able to enter the Final Four and you were able to get into the finals, ang susunod naman na expectation yan would really be to go all the way. Pareho lang yung pressure because whether you have 5 good players or 2 good players or 10 good players, the pressure would still be the same. So I'd rather have a team that's capable of winning the championship than me being pressured to win the championship and I have kulang-kulang na team, no? So I'd rather fight an even fight na meron akong tsansa. So the pressure regardless would really be there. Walang ano naman yun, hindi nawawala talaga yun.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, Coach Bo, they say to combat pressure, you have to prepare very well. With the acquisition rather of Tamayo and Abdiano from NU, is that relieving off a bit of that pressure because you're preparing for the future with these two?
Yes, totoo yan, Riza. In fact, before we recruited the two, talagang hirap na hirap ako because this season we only had yung mga mainstays namin na nababalik was Kobe, si Richie Rivero, and still Bright Aqueti na etong dalawa sa kanila last playing year na, no. So yung number 1 point guard ko already graduated, yung mga 4 guys ko ganun din. So we were really looking for yung mga papalit dun sa kanila. And we were just fortunate to have been able to acquire these two guys, no, na batang gilas, alam mo na merong talagang potential, winning championship caliber players pa to from high school, and they will be playing for 5 years for UP, no. So at least sa position na yon, covered na kami.
Coach, kayo po, produkto rin kayo ng Unibersidad. And, you know, the movement of these players, and they're very, kumbaga, I wouldn't call, wala na ako ibang term, high profile. Itong mga manilarong na-acquire po ninyo. What do you think makes UP very attractive to players right now? Kung kayo po, college player then, would you have wanted to go to UP?
Well, it wasn't that way, Riza. You know that it wasn't that way 5 years ago. Hindi ganyan ang situation. You know, it changed when we were able to get back into the Final Four. No, and people have seen how energetic or how enthusiastic the UP community is and was, no, during the game. So napakalaking tulong yan. But for me, ang pinaka-crucial talaga whenever I say my pitch to these players is for them to have that chance, no, to finally end our championship drought. Pag alam mo, Riza, pag player ka kasi na medyo mayabang at medyo magaling ka, nasa challenge ka, yung UP 32, 33 years na walang championship. Papasok ako dyan, baka pwede kong makatulong ako and be part of their legacy. You know? So yun yung palaging challenge ko. And of course, nandun pa rin yung kanilang yung prestige of being a student of the University of the Philippines, but being basketball players as they are and good players as they are being challenged by that hunger, no, yung kawalan ng championship ng UP.
And to be part of, you know, a program that could make history in itself, I think that's a big thing. Coach, may iba ako ng konti. Yung mga players niyo pa from last year na nag-akyata na sa PBA, do you still get in touch with them? Diego?
Oo naman. No, in fact, marami sa kanila we constantly relive our experiences together, especially during lockdown, no. Wala kaming magawa kundi minsan there were Zoom sessions yung mga teams namin. So kasi it's really difficult to transition from college to the pros, most especially if you had a good experience with your college team, no. So you wanted to go back to those memories and keep on talking to your guys, no. But as I told them, may buhay nyo na yan, no? You really have to. I'm hoping that I was able to help you out with how you see life as in general.
Okay, Aba, any other questions?
Wala nagpapatanong. Fellow coach, hindi ko nasasabihin kung sino. Ilang teams daw ba ang binubuo ng UP, coach?
Marami. Marami kaming tournament, no? But yeah, people would think to would tend to see it na medyo marami talaga, no? But as I said earlier, it's filling in. It's filling in kung sino yung mawawala sa amin. Nagkakataon kasi Abak na tama si Riza. High profile yung mga nakukuha namin. So pinag-uusapan. In fact, kung titingnan mo, kung may mga kwento-kwento naman dyan sa gilid-gilid, this so-and-so school was able to recruit this Filipino foreigner something, but people would like to, tinitingnan nila palagi si UP kasi, ba't mo nakuha si Bismarck Linao? Ba't mo nakuha si Cancino? Ba't mo nakuha si ganito? No, they want. But in truth, pareho lang kaming nagre-recruit because alam mo naman lifeblood ng college basketball is recruitment. Yan ang buhay ng college basketball eh. Kasi hindi yan pareho ng pro na may kontrata, 3 years, and then another 3 years. Ito, pwedeng mag-drop out, pwedeng bumagsak, no? Pwedeng ma-injure, no? O pwedeng hindi niya ma-realize yung kanyang potentials. A lot of things are happening in college basketball that you have to be prepared for.
Correct. In short, Coach, you're just trying to implement a program.
Yes. And doing my job, yung trabaho ko as a coach.
Mm.
And
Thank you,
Coach,
Coach.
you've done an awesome job putting the fighting back in the Maroons. And I mean, again, I'm sorry to say, but many years ago, parang walang fighting eh. Parang hindi tayo makafight, di ba? Kulang tayo sa materialis. How are we supposed to fight? Or may materialis tayo but they're not, at par with the others. So now talagang you're fulfilling that Fighting Maroons sa laban tayo to championship.
Yeah, that's right, Riza. And a lot of those are also being contributed by the community and more so our sponsors also, no?
Right.
May kakaibang business model kasi itong UP na meron kaming mga sponsors talaga na may but most of these sponsors either the CEOs or the owners are usually alumni, UP alumni.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And you would want to do the same for your alma mater kung pwede ka naman din makatulong. Coach, inyo pong mensahe sa mga nanonood po sa atin, college basketball fans, UP fans?
Yes, well, during this time, mabuti na nga lang, sabi ko, sana matuloy na rin yung PBA because during these times talagang minsan wala kang aliw, no? At malaking bagay because I think that when people see basketball, they think of it as something that goes back to normalcy again, no? Kaya nga mas mabuti pag nakakakita ang tao, no, as far as their mental health is concerned, at least as far as their hopes are concerned, nakikita nila na things are getting better, no? And sa UP community, they all know that we're all doing this so that we could finally have a chance of ending our drought. And I know you know that this is not going to be easy, but we're in the right direction. So thank you.
All right. Coach, sa lang pala po, dahil pa-ending topic na po kami, sino po bang, nyo ngayon, pambato sa NBA?
NBA.
Coach! Galingan mo sa Coach!
Lakers yan.
Yan naman,
Miami Heat, merong Celtics, sa kabila naman, it's the Nuggets and the Lakers. So paano sa Coach?
Well,
Miami yan.
talaga ako. Hindi, ano ako eh, 80s guy. So,
Boston.
it's either Lakers or Boston lang ako.
Very good, Coach.
Trapped in the 80s.
80s
in the 80s yan.
Answer ka, Coach.
Yeah, trapped in the 80s, tama. Mang Saldi, ang team mo.
Trapped in the 80s.
Lakers ako, Lakers. All the way. Since high school.
Ayun. Kailan yun?
Panahon nila yun. Panahon nila Magic Johnson yun. Nila Karim Abdul-Jabbar.
Galing mo.
Sige, sige.
Minneapolis Coach.
Ang bayan niyo, Coach, inabutan kami ni Kobe Bryant. May picture ako kay Kobe Bryant. Pareho kami nakaparang Tagalog.
Coach, inabutan kami ni Coach Bryant.
First visit ni Kobe Bryant dito sa Pilipinas. 18
Yan.
years
I'm
old
sure.
bata siya.
Thank you.
Coach Bo, we enjoyed this conversation with you and we're thankful to have you and we hope it won't be the last. Sana sa susunod po, mapaunlakan niyo po kami muli. Maraming salamat
Of
po, Coach
course.
Bo Perasol.
Thank you, guys.
Champion.
Thank you.
Coach.
Thank
Sarap yung
you.
interview.
UP
Salamat.
fight!
Champion.
Yes.
Thank you. All right.
Good luck!
Thank you. Wow. Ang daming natuwa. Kasi sa ating mga colleagues, ang dami kasi talagang taga-UP. Sa amin na lang sa newsroom, when UP made it, just so you know, a personal story, when UP made it to the Final Four, incredible energy in the newsroom. Even my co-anchor, who's an alumni, his name is Mr. Robbie Alampay, hindi mo talaga maitatago yung kaligayahan nila. And it's nice that UP is on a better track, 'di ba? It doesn't guarantee na meron silang nitong mga recruits na to. It is a championship already. For all we know, it gives them more challenge to handle all these talents and to put them all together. But it makes the league, it makes the college basketball even more exciting as it is. So maraming salamat to Coach Bo. All right, yes, Waylon.
Sinabi ni Brad Stevens kanina, atin to.
Ate.
Palakas ko ng loob. Palakas lang ng loob yan.
Okay, now let's talk NBA. I am so excited for this. Jerry will be leading us on our NBA usapan.
Oh, ayan na.
Time!
Ano naman?
Bye!
Mahirap naman.
Bye!
Asa na?
Wala na.
Tagdo na. Nabasa.
Dahil dadalawang serye na lang ito. Wala nang 24 seconds na batiting ngayon. Pero pag mahaba ang sinabi, may bawas. Sabi niya direct, may bawas. Kung ano man yung bawas, bahala na sa Siyempre, ito, natin segment is NBA Breakdown Simple, Smart Ako segment. Okay, simulan na natin agad. Eastern Conference Finals, kani-kanina lang. Nanalo ang Boston Celtics, Waylon.
Yes!
Para gawing dito ang series laban sa Miami Heat. Okay, so ang dito na ngayon, no? Anong tingin nyo? Mag-game 6 ba to? Tatapusin na ng Miami Heat sa game 6 or i-extend ng Celtics into a game 7? Waylon, ikaw na. Alam ko, high moral ka ngayon.
Of course, syempre, as a Celtic fan, umaasa na umabot sa game 7. Pero, it's gonna be tough for the Celtics to repeat kung ano yung naging performance nila kanina sa game 5. Kasi kung titignan natin yung performance ng Miami sa games 1 and 2 and 4, talagang pwera na lang yung game 4 kung saan si Tyler Hero talagang naging hero nila. Yung defense ng Miami talagang hindi maka-execute ang Celtics down the stretch. Pero kanina pinakita naman ng Boston na kaya nilang tapatan yung Miami, lalo na do or die na sila. Of course, ako hoping na maging game 7 ito, manalo sila sa game 6. If not, talagang yung Miami is showing na hindi sila surprise contender. Talagang ready sila for this season, for this bubble, for this restart, and they have the materials led by Jimmy Butler and of course Dragic, of course their rookies, si Duncan Robinson and si Nan, nandiyan din siyempre si Bam Adebayo. Talagang kompleto tong team na to, and whoever comes out in the West, either the Lakers, the heavily favored Lakers, or the Denver Nuggets, pahihirapan din naman ito ng Miami Heat. Pero sana, Celtics ang lumabas sa East.
Okay. Thank you, Coach Brad Stevens.
Yes,
Riza.
Take your time.
Riza, naka-Celtics ka kanina.
You know, for a basketball fan, there's nothing greater to hear than a game 7. Diba? Lahat tayo mag-aabang dyan. And it's just so nice to see the Celtics pushing to their limits when their backs are against the wall. And earlier we saw that in that game. So, take nothing away from the Heat. I love them. I love Coach Eric. I love Jimmy Butler. I also like their energy. But at the same time, gusto ko makakita ng Game 7 just so I could see how far these players can go. Alam niyo yan? So, I'm rooting for Celtics until Game 7. Pag umabot sa Game 7, kanya-kanya na. Bahala na sila doon.
Nice one, Reese.
Yeah.
Bahala ka pala.
So, Celtics muna tayo hanggang Game 7. And then,
Wow.
pag parating ng Game 7, whoever wins, it doesn't really matter to me as long as it's the Lakers on the other end.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Aba?
Anong tanong? Hindi. Sabi ni Coach Brad Stevens kanina, Celtic pride yan on display. Celtic pride. We are a prideful team, sabi niya. Alam mo naman ang Celtic pride. It goes way back. Dekada na yan. 50s pa yan. Andiyan na yan, Celtic pride niya. Sila Red Hour back pa yan. Celtic pride na yan. So yung 3-1, they took it as a challenge na hindi tayo bibigay pa ng ganyan-ganyan lang. So ngayon, itrito nila. In fact, sabi ni Coach Bo kanina, Celtics, Boston deserved what they got today, the win. 3-2 na yan. Huwag na muna isipin ng Boston ang Game 7 or even their fans. Huwag nyo na muna isipin yan. Ang isipin nyo, Game 6. Ipanalo nyo ang Game 6. And sabi nga ni Risa, pag nag-Game 7, bahala na si Katsupoy.
Yes,
ako naman.
Yes.
Well, first time dito sa playoff kanina, pinanood ko sandali yung laro, pero tambak na itong hit. First time ko nakita they played tentatively. And of course yung defense nila hindi din nag-click. And I believe na magagawa kagad ng adjustment ni Coach Spoelstra. Matagal ko na sinasabi na magaling siya sa scouting at hindi na rin kailangan sa scouting to. Pero ngayon ay aminin na natin talaga nasa malalim na hole na ang Celtics. At itong 3-1 at itong 3-2 ay mahirap na rin mahirap na makabalik dito sa dito sa 3-2. They want gawin nilang pattern o kaya gayahin nila what the Nuggets did. Pero mahirap yung ginawa ng Nuggets. I don't know, pero sa akin, dahil hindi ko naman both team itong Heat at itong Celtics, kung alin sa kanila, tama yung sabi ni Risa, kung umabot ng Game 6 o umabot ng Game 7, maganda. Dahil ito'y para na rin sa NBA, para din sa atin ng mga fans nila. Pero sa akin, ang inaalalayan ko na, ang inaabangan ko ay kung sino ang makakalaban ng Lakers dito sa Heat or Celtics. Pero tingnan din natin.
Ako, I think ang Celtics played with a lot of urgency, especially in the second half kanina. Lamang ang Miami in the first half, pero nagpursige ang Celtics na it's a do or die for them So, nakita natin yon. Gumana sila in the second half hanggang sa lumayo. And may pababa ang lamang ng Heat sa 3-2. Game 6 will be another crucial one. Pero, like Waylon and Riza, here's hoping for a Game 7 sa Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, out west naman tayo.
Let's go!
Lakers and Nuggets.
Ano ba?
Eto,
Hala ko.
nasa pamilyar na territory na naman ng Nuggets. Down 3-1 in the series. Alam natin they were able to come back from not only 1 but 2 1-3 deficits earlier in the playoffs. So ngayon, game 5 tomorrow, no? Your take.
Yeah.
Abak, ikaw na muna.
Ha? Sabi mo nga, dalawang 3-1 na yung pinanggalingan nitong Denver Nuggets. Tingnan natin. Ewan ko lang, against the Lakers, parang I don't think there's any team in the NBA that can come back from a 3-1 deficit against the Lakers. Pero siyempre, yan ang gusto ng Denver They've always been written off twice in the postseason. And they came out in the winning end. No? Game 7, pareho, natural. Pagka pinanalo pa nila itong 3-1 na hole na to against the Lakers, siguro, declare na natin champion itong Denver Nuggets.
Kinahapos mo na agad yung series.
Sobrang galing na.
Saldi.
Tatlong sunod na.
Ako na ba, Jerry?
Yes, please.
Well, the way itong Nuggets is playing, syempre nakakakaba. Pero dahil nakikita naman natin itong Lakers kung gaano talaga kalakas, ako I have no doubt na ang mananalo dito sa series na ito ay ang Lakers. May silang yung ako sasabihin. Yun lang.
Isa?
You know, Jerry, I am very impressed with the young guns of the Nuggets. I still think the Lakers would have something to worry about. Lalong-lalo na, these guys are like dubbed as the comeback kids. They have that ability to come back. If it wasn't for foul trouble kahapon, magiging maiba sana yung timpla ng laro. But a lot of them were in foul trouble entering the second half. So, yun ang nakita kong naging factor. And of course, the likes of AD and LeBron, even Rajon Rondo yesterday was on another level with what they do and what they can bring to the table. But I would want to see the series still extend. Kasi nga, watching Murray and these guys, the younger ones from the Nuggets, is also very exciting. Although my heart would still be with the Lakers, but let's see some really good competition. Let's give the Lakers also a good run for their money, diba?
Okay, wait.
Talaga loyalty niya. Kanina naka-Boston ka. Hindi, tingin ko lang dyan, sabi nga ng Denver Nuggets eto na, 3-1 na, game na. Dito masusubukan kung talagang for real itong team na to. Kasi in the first series okay na.
Ayun lang. Akala ko meron pa.
Hindi, may sasabihin ka, yata.
Hindi, wala.
Wala ka?
Yun
Okay. Hindi, kasi nasa same spot na naman yung Nuggets. So, let's see kung talagang for real itong team na to. Pero Lakers is the number 1 team out in the West. Kaya tingin ko talagang may hirapan itong Nuggets na to come back and win this series. Pero ako, tingin ko kaya naman.
Gano'n.
Sabay baliktad.
May paniguro panghabol.
Pero ngayon pampagana lang. Kasi marami nagsasabi, yung mga analysts, pagka itong Boston Celtics ang nakaharap ng Lakers sa championship, mukhang mahihirapan ang Lakers. O baka mamaya talunin pa ng Boston at Boston pa mag-champion. Kaya nga for the moment, ang ayusin muna ng Boston itong hits. Pag nalusutan nila ito, marami nagsasabing analyst na nababasa ko, mas may chance daw itong Boston Celtics na talunin ang Lakers pagdating sa championship. Tuwa-tuwa ka,
Ang tingin ko, Lakers will advance to the finals. Biggest test para sa Nuggets ito, but I think the Lakers are a different animal, especially with LeBron James there. Alam natin, lately hindi gumagana yung opensa niya, but he's making up for defense. Nakita naman natin kung gaano niya one-on-one, no? Talagang kinuha niya sa depensa si Jamal Murray. And I think that spelled the difference in Lakers Game 4. Okay, quick lang. Quick wala nang dahilan. Prediction, sino maglalaban NBA Finals?
Ako, Celtics. Ako na, with Celtics and Lakers.
Alright. Waylon.
We'll beat LA.
Saldi.
Oh, of course, Lakers hits. Guro.
Okay. Abak.
Ako din, Lakers hits din ako.
Hits.
Lalagyan lang.
As much as I love Boston, tingin ko it's going to be a Lakers versus Heat NBA Finals.
We'll see, we'll see. You know what's definite and what's certain? The NBA playoffs, Heat is on another level. So make sure that you guys have NBA.smart para makapanood kayo at stay updated kayo sa action. And that was, of course, our NBA breakdown. Thank you so much, Jerry. NBA breakdown, simple. Smart ako. Victoria Lee is making waves on one championship. Yes, Zaldi?
Wala. Bakit bigla mo na naman ako tinawag? Anong gagawin ko?
Zaldi, Victoria Lee, tell us more.
Victoria Lee.
Kay Victoria Lee. Meron pa pala tayo nun. Okay, tiya. Babalikan ko lang. Kasi layo na nun eh. Para si Abak, nariligaw na. Ano ba yan?
Aba.
Ang tagal. Ako, ano ba yan? Hit na yan. At saka, ano ba yan? Lakers eh.
16-year-old Victoria
Abak, sagutin mo na ako.
Lee won championship.
Yan, itong si Victoria Lee, hindi ko makita. Ayan na! Teka, hindi ko makakita talaga.
It's it's sensational because again, she is very young. That's a bright future ahead of you. If you're only 16 years
Ayan,
old,
ito na.
at the same time,
Yes.
kailangan ingatan ang pangangatawan.
Itong si Victoria Lee, 16-year-old, pumirma ng one championship. Pumirma dito sa one championship. At kapatid siya ng one women's atomweight champion na si Angela Lee at ng one lightweight world champion na si Christian Lee. Talagang lahi pala talaga sila ng mga kung batang manok ay mananalo. At itong si Victoria Lee considered one of the top MMA prospects in the world. At marami na ang pinanalo ni Victoria. Kasama na dito ang 2019 IMAP Junior World Championship. Dalawang Pancration Junior, nabubulol ako, World Championships. 2019 Hawaii State Wrestling Championship. 15-time Naga Expert Champion. Ako ay taga Bicol
Ayos. Okay, pagkasin natin, writer's block, Waylon.
Yes, Riz. Kanina nabanggit natin that our online karate sensation, ang kaibigan natin na si James De Los Santos. He won his 11th online gold medal after niyang talunin si Dumont Matias Moreno ng Switzerland 5-0 sa Tokaido Maribor Open E-Tournament. Ito yung kanyang pang-11 dahil kailan lang nanalo siya, last week nanalo siya back-to-back, napanalunan niya yung 4th Spaltada E-Tournament World Series. At pinalo niya rito syempre yung number 1 na si Eduardo Garcia ng Portugal. Ang kaibigan natin si James, hindi lang yung syempre gold medals ang hangad niya. Hangad niya is maging world number 1 and based dun sa world ranking na nag-update na, meron na siyang, kumbaga, behind na lang siya ng 500 points. Kasi pag nanalo ka ng gold medal sa online, I think between 400 to 450 points ang na-earn eh. So with that, naging parang 500 points lang ang lamang ni Eduardo Garcia. So, nabanggit naman ni James na marami pa siyang sasalihan na tournaments for this season. Kaya we're hoping, sana James, makuha mo yung makuha mo yung hangad mo na maging world number 1 at masustain mo yan.
Right. All right.
Well, meron lang ako napuna dito sa mga athletes natin, Bakit sobrang gagaling nila pagdating sa online? Di ba? Pagka-online na lang, parang galing.
Actually, dito sa karate, sa online karate na yan, si James lang yung active na nagko-compete. Meron ang iba, sabi niya, hindi ganun ka-active. Saka yung ni James, yung category niya, yung para siyang demo walang kalaban talaga. So pagalingan ng style, yan, ginagawa ni Aba, kung paano ka mag-karate, yung form mo, yun yung initura ng mga judges. Kung maganda ba yung form mo. Ito, meron pa ako actually isa, Riza.
Go ahead.
Natin to last week, yung magiging resumption ng boxing competition. Kung ang basketball balik PBA na, ito by actually September 13 na move to October 7. Yung resumption naman ng boxing competition, yung mga local boxers natin, nabanggit ni Games Amusement Board Chairman Baham Mitra na ito yung magiging pattern, ito yung magiging template sa mga local promoters natin dahil yung Omega Boxing Promotions ay magkakaroon ng 4-card fight sa Cebu, October 7 yan. Gagawin ito sa isang bago, International Pharmaceuticals Incorporated sa Mandaue. Ang magiging ang mga lalaban dito sila Mark Biceles, Pete Apolinar, Christian Araneta, and Carlo Bacaro. So, GAB Chairman Bahamita is hoping na ito na yung maging start for the boxers na talagang during the pandemic nahirapan. So, sana tuloy-tuloy ito and we're wishing na good luck sa Omega Boxing Gym, sa Omega Boxing Promotions headed by Mr. Pio Paulo Castillo III. Good luck, sir, sa event po ninyo.
Abak, yours for writer's block. Thank you, Waylon.
Yes, Ken, POC, Philippine Olympic Committee elections on November 27. Alam naman natin, there are more important issues, more sensitive matters dahil sa COVID. Pero hindi naman maiiwasan to dahil the elections are set under the POC Constitution and Bylines to take place, bylaws to take place on the last Friday of November of every Olympic year. Ang ibang countries pinayagan ng IOC na mag-forgo ng Olympics dahil na-postpone nga ang Olympics. Pero the Philippines is one of those countries na nasa bylaws ang last Friday of November. So itutuloy yan, sabi ni incumbent President Congressman Tagaytay, Congressman Bambol Tolentino, na lalabanan ni Clint Arañas ng archery. Sabi naman ni Bambol, as long as you're qualified, go, run. It's our right, it's our privilege to serve. The more the merrier, sabi niya. May the best man win sa November.
Good. Thanks, Abak. Jerry, back-to-back story from Spin.ph.
Yes, nabanggit nga natin, Larry Fuanasher opted out for NLEX going into the NBA bubble. Personal reason ang sinight ni Larry. And the management of NLEX as well as Coach Yengyao, sabi nila they understand his situation. So nagpaalam naman ng maayos si Larry. So payag naman sila dyan. Besides, marami naman daw mga players ang NLEX who can step up and fill the void left by the 38-year-old Funasher. Isa na si rookie Mike Ayonayon, ang siningel out ni Coach Yeng na pwedeng pumalit sa pwestong maiiwan ni Larry Funasher. Si Cyrus Magdo din, wala. Ganun din, nag-put out din siya for another personal reason. Lahat yan, nire-respeto ng NLEX management.
Okay.
And then yung isa pa is, bukas yung title defense ni John Riel Casimero ng kanyang World Boxing Organization bantamweight title against Micah Duke, no, ng Ghana. Bukas ng umaga yan sa Connecticut, Mohegan Sun Casino. Kanina nag-weigh-in na sila, walang problema si Casimero, not unlike in the past na talagang nagkakaroon siya tipping the scales, no? Ngayon nakuha niya, nagtimbang siya ng 117.8 pounds. Yung kalaban niya, tip in at 117.2 pounds. So, the fight is on. Hopefully, manalo si John Riel kasi.
We wish them luck. Bago tayo magpaalam, thank you, Jerry, for those. Quickly, we would like to remind everyone, the Nationals is happening every Sunday, Monday, Thursday and Friday at One Sports, alas 5 po yan. So sa mga online naman nating mga gamers at fans, yan ang dapat ninyong kabangan. And syempre, to stay in the loop with all your favorite shows sa Signal, make sure that you have the Signal Play app. Kung wala pa, mag-download na kayo. It's very easy. All you need to do is go to the App Store and then sign up. You get the confirmation. And then after nun, pwede nyo nang gamitin yung activation link at pwede na kayo makapanood ng inyong mga paboritong shows tulad na lang syempre ng The Chasedown via Signal Play app. Would like to thank everyone that joined us for today. Quick bate. Waylon, may mga babatiin?
Yes. Hello lang sa mga kaplag tita ko. Tita Koy Perez ng PBA at si Catherine Evangelista, wife ni Dale Evangelista, head coach ng water polo. And also, hello Willa and Lizelle.
Okay, Zaldi, quick.
Okay, sa aking may bahay si Ani, I love you. Nanay, I love you too. At hintayin ninyo, Lakers hit ang bakbakan yan.
Tama.
Birthday greetings lang to Tita Daisy. Tita Daisy, she's 74. Daisy Yambao, she's 74. Don't forget your pansit for long life.
Yay! Happy birthday. It's unfortunate, Jerry, hindi umabot, but on behalf of Jerry Ramos and our ka-chasers, Waylon Galvez, Abac Cordero, Zaldi Perez, and the rest of the team, ako po si Riza Diaz, would like to thank you all for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. This has been the... Kami po ang bosses ng Pilipinas. 1PH. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Happy weekend!
Salamat!
1PH.
Bye!